Now that you've found UBN Radio and discovered our quality talk shows, it's time to spread the word to friends, family, and the universe. 24 hours of music and talk. Radio without limits. That's why people keep coming back for more. That's ubnradio.com.
Everyone is a product, and everyone needs marketing to succeed. Let's talk about it right now on the C-Spot. Going to market with Wendi and Peter.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It is Thursday, July... Peter? July what?
July 24th.
Thank you. July 24th.
2014.
2014. Yeah,
for
we do
those
that.
people
We
listening
say that
later.
For after the end of the world comes and they find the only shows left in the world, which are the C-Spot radio shows. Too bad. Peter, how are you?
I'm great, Wendi.
Besides fighting that damn traffic.
Yeah, the traffic is damned.
Manchester United last night. I came and I did an Ann Walker show here at UBN Radio last night, and I come from the South Bay, which for those of you that don't know it, which is over by Manhattan Beach, because Manhattan Beach is in the South Bay, and it took me frickin' forever because of Manchester United playing at the Rose Bowl.
Oh, right.
Then I thought I was really smart, and I was going to take the service streets from here to go home, and I got stuck in Obamageddon.
Oh, that's right. You had the double traffic.
Obamageddon. See? Okay.
Yes,
so,
and I should mention that that I'm vain or anything, Wendi, but you will not see me on camera today because I have sacrificed my camera for our beautiful guests today.
Yes, Peter did sacrifice his camera, but you can see Peter if you want by going on to petersobe.com. No, you don't really have one of those, do you?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
But by looking at our past podcasts on your YouTube channel.
At C-Spot Run Direct.
Yes,
YouTube.com,
C-Spot Run Direct.
I'm going to give a little word to the wise. I have two really amazing guest celebrities in my studio today.
I know,
my
it's
studio,
crazy.
Peter, not yours, mine. But don't turn your chairs. Don't wiggle in your chairs because they make noise. Did you hear that? Okay. Don't say anything. Take direction well. Look, they're both sitting there taking direction while not saying anything. So today... Thank you for joining us, by the way. The C-Spot is where we talk about everything that it takes to bring a product to market, and I believe, not in Jesus. No, I'm kidding. I believe that everyone is a product.
Yes.
Whether you're a product, a service, whether you're a singer, songwriter. So we always have a real eclectic group of either experts or people who are just trying to bring products to market on the show. And I think it's lovely because they're able to take this video with them and use it also as a marketing tool. So we serve a couple of different purposes here. Today, without further poopy, because I used that word instead of a do.
But then you just used a do too.
I know, Peter, I know. I have in studio. Now, who do I introduce first? The girl or the boy?
Well, usually it's ladies first, but in the film world, you have to kind of go with the hierarchy of writer, director, before actor, probably.
Start with her, huh? All right. So today I have actually a good friend in studio, but I have somebody that I have admired for I don't know how many years because I'm a NCIS freak and it was my favorite season of NCIS. Actually, I think I stopped watching after that season. But Scottie Thompson is in the house, and if you knew where the applause button was, we would applaud. So Scottie Thompson, Scottie grew up in Richmond, Virginia, and yes, I'm reading it, okay, with a love for dance and performing. It says here, Scottie, it says here, Thompson started dancing ballet at an early age. But in 1994, you played the role of Clara in Richmond's ballet. In the Nutcracker, she graduated from Harvard University in 2005 with a bachelor's degree in performing studies and literature. And Scottie then moved to New York to start her acting career, where I actually directed her in a Broadway musical. Well, you'll get that inside joke later. Scottie, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm really glad to be here.
Scottie is the lead. Do I say lead or starring role, or how do I say that in 37?
That's right.
The film A Final Promise. And bringing, now that we've segued over to 37, A Final Promise.
And Scottie, can you just move to your left a little bit?
So you're in the camera. It's the camera.
Even
thing.
just a little bit more. Oh, yeah, beautiful.
We know it's difficult to get close to that guy. But Randall Battinkoff is also here, and Randall is a good friend of mine, but that I am so proud of because I watched him go through the process of thinking about making this movie to actually co-writing, co-directing? Directed, starred, leading man. I like to say those words, leading man. Produced. You did the whole freaking kit and caboodle. Ladies and gentlemen, Randall Battinkoff.
Thank you.
Okay, so I have to cut to the chase. Wendi. So now everybody's on camera, right? Just to give them the heads up.
Yeah,
Peter.
Everybody is live on camera.
Randall, your movie 37, A Final Promise, it's premiering here in Los Angeles. Wait a minute. Hold on, guys. I have to take my voice down to my radio voice. It's premiering here August 8th.
August 8th, that's right.
At the Laemmle.
At the Laemmle on Wilshire and Doheny.
For those of you that don't know, and I'm sure there's hardly anyone that doesn't know who Randall Battinkoff is, but he was in For Keeps, The Player, School Ties, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Higher Learning, Walking and Talking, Peacemaker, Mad City, As Good as It Gets, Hefner Unauthorized, which I have to watch that, but I've seen pictures and you look hot as Hefner. Oh, wow. Well, you look hot as Randall too. You looked really hot as Hefner.
Yeah, and I'm sure everyone always asks you about how was it to play Hugh Hefner, I'm sure.
It's pretty awesome.
And Down, Broken, and Kick-Ass.
That's it.
Yeah. That's it? No, you're in a lot more than that.
No, that's a nice list right there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good smattering of everything you've done.
So you guys make sure to talk really close into the microphone because you will hear the difference as you go like this.
See.
See? Here
I do, yeah.
Okay. So, well, welcome to the C-Spot. It's not your first time, Randall.
No, it's not. This is my first time, I think, with the camera, though, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we were at LA Talk Radio for your other interview.
That was fun.
Yeah, and Scottie. So I'm gonna talk to Scottie for a minute.
All right, please do.
Because I am like, when I realized that you were Jean Benoit, who was DiNozzo's love interest, and which season was it of NCIS? What year?
Season 4.
Season 4,
2007 or something.
2000. Yeah, don't wiggle in your chair.
Okay,
you'll learn about me. I am the bitch director.
Oh, wow, can we curse?
You can curse.
Sure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
For real?
It's internet.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Watch Ariana's show with me the other day. She said the F word like every other word.
We can F-bomb?
You can, but we have to report that to iTunes if you're F-bombing it.
Oh.
So even that they can put illicit.
Even if we say it once?
Yeah.
Why is that one so bad?
What, the F-bomb?
Yeah.
Well, just go like this. F-bomb, man. You know, I don't know.
Okay. So we can't really curse after all.
Well, are you the, what's your character's name?
Adam.
Adam. When you're Adam, you can curse.
I can?
Because you're a rock star.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever. Good role. So, Scottie, tell me about, we're going to talk about, today we are going to talk about the film. Obviously, we'll show the trailer, which, is it the trailer that Ian cut for you? Is this that trailer? Is that the one, or is it?
Yeah.
What's up with that?
He's unbelievable.
He's at my 4th of July party, and he goes, yes, I cut the trailer. You know, Ian, I cut the trailer. He goes, I taught myself how to do it.
He's masterful.
What? He taught himself how to do that.
And he did the website.
And the website and the poster.
Yep. He's a very talented man.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Wow.
Ian. Yeah.
Have I met him?
Yeah.
I don't think you have.
No, but you probably, well, anyway, let's move past that. So, Randall and Scottie, you want to know what the most difficult thing, and then we'll talk a little bit more, it was for me when I was watching the movie, which I loved. And I told you that right away.
Yeah, you did.
Was your love scene.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's one thing to watch a love scene. It's another thing to watch your friend in a love scene. Okay. That was so weird for me, Randall. I really couldn't watch it.
Was it? Threw you for a loop?
I couldn't do it.
Which part was the most uncomfortable?
All of it was uncomfortable for me because it's like if I was someone I know, the mother of your child, I would be going, you bitch. You know, I could never be married to an actor that had to kiss and do love scenes. I couldn't.
Yeah, it's tough. Hillary she handles it quite well.
Well, she has to. She has to.
You had a chat with her about it.
No.
It's part of the job.
No, I never talked to her about it. I just could imagine doing it, and I was just really in an uncomfortable zone when I was watching it. What can I say? But Scottie, what did you like? What's your character's name again?
Gemma.
What did you like about playing Gemma besides love scenes with Battinkoff?
That was number one. Everything about her. I just love her so much as a character. I mean, she's based on a real person, and I just found her energy and her approach, and she was just a really dynamic character. And
you did it.
Her bravery and everything about her.
Yeah.
I just loved her from the second I met her on the page.
Randall, can you kind of recap a little bit what the story is, how you came about it? Tell a little bit of that backstory of 37.
Sure. So a friend of mine who I met through an ex-girlfriend had 37 tattooed on his arm. And his whole body's basically tattooed, and I was very curious about his tattoos, and particularly that one. And I asked him what it stood for, and he said it was how old he was going to be when he died.
Right.
And then I'd ask him again. I said, "You're kidding, right?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm just kidding. It's just my lucky number." But after a few more inquiries, he finally agreed. It's confessed. Yeah, I'm dead at 37, and of course I tried to talk him out of it, and to no avail. He sort of laughed at me. He goes, "There's nothing you can do, or anybody. In fact, it's a done deal." And then we lost touch. And a year, he was 36 at the time.
Yeah.
So I didn't really necessarily want to be around for the whole event.
Okay, so you're one of those guys that bolts when the time gets tough.
Well, I tried. I just did everything I could, and it was really sort of a hopeless case. So we lost touch for about, potentially forever. And a year and a half later, I was at Gold's Gym, and
he was there?
He was there, working out. And I went up to him, and I said,
"You're not dead.
You're not dead. What the hell happened?" And he
Dude,
said,
some commitment. The
whole thing was a joke, he said, no, but that he had chickened out, and he was too healthy and happy, and he didn't want to devastate his mother, and he
had a change of mind.
He had a change of heart.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked him how his girlfriend was, and he told me that she was dead. And I asked him what happened, and he told me that she had killed herself. And so I got goosebumps and wanted to know more, and then heard the whole story, and he and I talked about it a lot, and we said, this is something that we should explore and potentially make a movie out of. And so he ended up writing a book about his experience.
And the book was called?
The book's called How Angels Die.
Oh, okay.
And it's coming out actually in September. We just got a publisher.
Well, that's great.
So
is the movie true to his story?
It's inspired by. The movie's a bit more lyrical and poetic than the actual story, but it's certainly the big key points are there. There was a younger brother who was sick, and that was sort of what inspired his desire to sort of end his life. His brother, when he was 10 years old, had died of Battin's disease, and he was devastated with the fact that the world just kept moving forward. So the person he loved the most in the world was now gone, and life and everything just kept going. So he was devastated by that, and then his grandmother told him that old age had nothing to commend of it. And so somehow these two competing thoughts sort of, I think, manifested themselves in the tattoo and the number 37. And I was just so intrigued with the whole thing. And when I learned about her and what she was going through, her own secret, it was like a perfect. It was just an amazing tragedy and an incredible love story.
Scottie, when you first read the script, what did you think?
I fell in love with it. I mean, it was just so powerful and honest, and I mean, I got chills reading it. I couldn't even read it. I believe that it was actually in my hands to read something so beautiful and well written, and just such an incredible story.
Now, I know that you're not old enough to know who Telly Savalas is, but you gotta be, it doesn't matter. The book, The Love Story, is like, you know, an American classic. Do you know that book? That movie with Ali MacGraw, and who else was in that movie?
Ryan O'Neal.
I grew up on PBS, so
the greatest love story ever told, really, right? And I honestly, Randall, I told you, I think it's the next love story. We haven't had one of those. It was never replaced, you know.
A lot of people have said that. They say it's a love story for the 21st century.
Yeah. I think it is. I mean, I laid in bed. You sent me the link. I got it when I'm laying in bed with my iPad, which is the best sex I've ever had. And you sent me the link, and you said, for your eyes only. And I said, well, it's about freaking time, dude. You know, and I watched it immediately, and I just sobbed. I sobbed, right? I went like this during love scenes, and then I sobbed during the rest of it. But it's just a beautiful movie. It's a beautiful story, and it's a beautiful movie, and I can't wait to see the new ending on August 8th, I guess, or day before, something like that. So we're going to, Peter, how are we doing?
We're doing good.
Okay.
And maybe it's a good time. Do we want to show the trailer? So
sure, let's show the trailer, and then we'll talk a little bit more. I want to know about your trials and tribulations of actually getting this movie made and done as a writer, director, producer, leading man, grip, creative director, whatever.
Yeah, so we're going to run the trailer.
Okay.
Guess who's getting back together after a 5-year hiatus? One of my personal favorite bands, Wendigo.
And we're all so excited that you guys are finally working on your next album.
We have a release date of October 25th.
It's Adam's birthday. He's going to be
37.
37.
So you got any specific plans for the birthday beyond the drop of the 6th album now?
Yep, but that's a secret. Have a drink with me.
If my sister knew I was talking to you, she would die.
Where's Gemma?
Dude, they took off.
Fate has brought us together again. I'm gonna keep my eye on you this time.
Wow. Way down deep where the sun can't penetrate, they glow. Like you. Why do I feel like I have to tell you that?
Do either of you know someone who has passed on?
When I was 10 years old, my brother James was dying.
There's some very dark energy around you now. Our guest is talking about an illness. Your time is running out.
Okay, that's enough. Thank you.
I don't care how famous you are. I want you to leave my sister alone. She doesn't need her heart broken. Please go.
You don't look so hot.
Perhaps you should look for the perpetrator in the mirror.
I think I'm losing my mind.
Christ, what the hell happened?
I'm scared.
Don't dwell on the maybes. Go out there and enjoy your life.
If anything were to happen to me, I just want to make sure she's taken care of.
What'd she get?
Everything. It is. For a second, yeah.
And we are back on the C-Spot Going to Market with Wendi and Peter.
So I think the trailer ends with the gun to your head, basically, almost.
No,
well, not
just
right, not
just
quite.
a little smidgen of it.
Tell me about the other actors in the movies, because I recognize a lot of them.
Well,
you want to do that, Scottie?
You probably know that stuff better than I do. I mean, we've got a bunch
it'd be interesting to hear like how you cast them and that.
So a lot of my friends are in the movie. Scott Wolf. Scott and I go way back.
Scott was from
Party of Five.
But they called him Scottie on Party of Five, right? Is that why I just called him Scottie?
No, Bailey, I believe.
Oh, we call him Bailey. Okay.
Right.
All right.
The Nine. He's on the...
Yeah, he was on the 9, but the 9 only lasted one season, so we don't talk about that, right?
And also he was in V, right?
Yeah, he was in V.
Perception.
He's on a couple shows now, too.
He is.
Night Shift. He's on fire right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's because he's in your movie, and you set him on fire. You know. Scottie, watch out. You're getting set on fire, too.
Yes.
You will. You will.
She will. There's no question. Yes,
there's no hiding me telling you to go closer to the microphone because we're on.
Okay.
No, just put your there you go.
Is that cool? Like that? I kind of dig that.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. That's a little
Does it look good,
actually.
Peter, or is his whole face covered?
No, it looks good.
Okay.
No, his face is not covered at all.
So Scott, we've got Tricia Helfer,
who I was so excited about because Battlestar Galactica. I love that show, and she's amazing in that. And I was pretty excited she was going to be playing my sister.
Weren't you up for some other
show?
show?
we had tested together for a pilot to play half sisters like a year or two before, and we really connected. And we'd had to rehearse over the weekend before the test to really work on our chemistry. We had the same agent, so we were like, sure, and we'd had a great time. And so when I found out it was her, I was so excited because I actually knew her and had
that's amazing.
briefly worked with her in a room. So yeah.
She's pretty awesome.
She's awesome.
She's got like motorcycles. She's pretty intense.
Did you use? Okay, well, let's go further on the casting.
Okay, so we had Tricia.
The older guy that plays the medium.
Oh, Bruce Davison.
Bruce Davison.
He's a Golden Globe winner and an Oscar nominee. He's just incredible, and he and I have done 2 other films. A thing called Munger Road, and then a movie called Touched that I did with Jenna Elfman, and just an outstanding guy and just a brilliant actor.
Was Jenna taller than you?
No, come on.
Okay, well,
but
she's tall.
She's
very tall
5'9"
for an actor.
5'10", yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you're only 5'11". She wasn't that much shorter than you.
On a good day.
Yeah, but you're very tall for an actor because actors are usually not tall.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to work the camera. How do I know all this shit?
Yeah.
I just know. I know everything. Randall,
really
you know
fire.
I know everything.
You do. It's scary. Leon Robinson, who plays the doctor. Leon and I actually worked together in my first film when I was 14 years old, a movie called Street Walkin' with Melissa Leo, Dale Midkiff. I don't know if you guys remember that, but it was a great little movie about prostitutes in New York.
With Melissa and Leo.
Melissa Leo was the star.
Wow, that's crazy.
And Julie Newmar.
Oh, really?
So Catwoman.
Wow.
She was a prostitute also in the movie. It's a pretty great movie. And Melissa Leo was staggeringly good. So I was not surprised to see her win an Oscar. I was like, okay. It took a little longer than I thought, but
wow, and everyone thought like Frozen River was her big breakup, but she'd been around a long time before that.
Check out Street Walkin'.
Totally.
And Leon hasn't changed at all. He looks exactly the same. He's had a great career, and he's
it
also
doesn't seem like he's aged ever since that Madonna video, even. Huh?
He hasn't, and he's actually a reggae singer. Leon and the Peoples. He's got a great career as a reggae singer. So he travels all over the country.
Oh, excuse me, people. I'm just seeing myself on screen.
Are you looking good, Wendi?
My boobies are a little bit like wah, wazza.
That's all right. There's nothing wrong
I'm going
with
like
that.
this. I'm going, hey, Randall.
keep them right at me, Wendi. Okay, that's why I'm smiling so much.
Yeah, we're gonna get the viewership up that much more. We got the star wattage, we got the boobage wattage. Come on.
We got okay.
So we've got Kate Nauta. Kate Nauta, she was the star of she was the female lead in Transporter 2, opposite Jason Statham.
I bumped my ass into his face one day at Petite Four.
How was
up
that?
on Sunset?
Did he enjoy
Shit! I turned around. I saw it was Jason Stratham, or whatever his name is. Statham, whatever the hell. Who cares? Everybody knows who I'm talking about. And I turned around, and he turned around because my ass hit him. Like, you know how you're going through the chairs, you're going to the bathroom, right? My ass was a little bit bigger than it is now, and it just hit his head. And he turns around, and my ass is still there. So I turned around and I look, and I thought, oh shit! I just hit the transporter guy with my ass. And he says, oh, that was quite lovely, thank you.
That's a good line.
Yeah.
So anyway.
So Kate, she plays Danny. She's my backup singer, and on and off again fling. And she's also an amazing singer. In fact, she just produced an album that, she sang in an album that Lenny Kravitz produced.
Oh wow!
And one of the songs is in our film, and it's really sort of takes place in a very poignant part of the movie.
Did he really sing? Did you really sing? Was that you singing?
I don't want to answer that question.
Was that
Scottie? Poor Scottie. She had to witness my real singing.
Well, I actually wasn't even there for.
I was going to say you weren't in
the concert
the
scene, so no. I actually didn't.
You didn't get to hear.
I heard through the grapevine about the experience.
Oh, you did? Oh, yikes! Yeah, it's not pretty. The voice is not.
For some reason, I think I had lunch with you, or I met you for lunch or something, like in between those takes, or I don't know, because you showed up at lunch with your makeup and your dark hair. We were in Santa Monica, and we had lunch, and then you had your tattoos on, and I was like, what the fuck happened to you, Randall? You don't look like Randall.
I know. It was the eyeliner.
You had the eyeliner.
I know.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than eyeliner on men. I love it. That's just me. It's so weird like that, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I will say
it's
that
altering.
I haven't seen the movie yet, but just based on the photos, like, your singing looks so real.
Yeah. Well, let's just say I really sang my heart out. I don't know if the final thing that you're going to hear is my voice, though.
I doubt it.
It's not.
You know,
it's not.
you know
I'll
why?
confess.
Because I used to. I don't know. Have you ever done lip syncing, Scottie? Did you ever have to do lip syncing?
I used to win the lip sync contest in middle school every year.
It's really difficult.
Oh yeah,
right? Because you can't have anything really come out of your mouth, right? It's all.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to breathe if nothing is really coming out of your vocal cords.
It's hard, yeah.
It's really difficult to lip sync. So when people say people are lip singing, I think the microphones are turned off, but they're actually really singing. You just can't hear them.
That's right. That's what I did. I really sang.
Yeah.
But so this is the great story. So I needed music for the film. So as it turns out, my entertainment attorney is also a rock star. Only in Hollywood.
Get out of here.
He says,
no, that happens a lot.
He says,
right?
oh, by the way, he says, I have a band. And he's a pretty straight-laced guy.
Yeah,
so
probably jams in private or whatever.
No, I go to see him. He's like, come and check out the band. So
at the Olive Garden?
I go to the studio. These guys are rocking. Like unbelievable. They're all, probably in their 40s,
is this the guy that you wanted a chance to do the piece of artwork for? Do you remember?
No, that's Bob Clearmountain, who gave us very generously his studio, one of the best studios we shot in. But no, he's a different guy. So this is my lawyer. This is my entertainment lawyer.
Okay.
So now I see him, and he's actually has hair down to his waist.
He's got 37 on his arm.
Yeah. So it was his band. So it was this band, Dark Chapter, and the music was perfect. I was looking for music, and as it turned out, not only was the music perfect, the lyrics were perfect. I was like, oh my God, this is like a perfect fit.
So Wendigo was his band?
Well, Wendigo is the make-believe band. The band is called Dark Chapter, and they're unfortunately no longer around. They sort of broke up, unfortunately.
Oh, that's not good when the lead guy is a lawyer.
So it's kind of like how Eddie and the Cruisers are really John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band, right? So
Peter knows all this stuff about music.
That's exactly right.
So Wendigo was actually Dark Chapter.
It was Dark Chapter. But they may get back together and do a few.
Especially after this movie's a big hit. Everyone's going to want their music.
Yeah, that's right. The music's pretty great. So there was that. There's a lot of other amazing music that we got.
Yeah, soundtrack is nice on it.
Yeah,
right?
Kathleen Flynn did a great job composing, and just other great artists. Kate's song.
Whose house was that you shot in? Because I know it's not yours.
Oh, so this is another great. So and Hillary.
This is how. By the way, this is how you go about making an independent film: is that you pull from everywhere you possibly can in order to do it on a budget.
That's right. You call your friends up, and that's why you realize that you don't really have a shot usually at getting parts in movies unless you know somebody. So because you got to hire your friends because it's tough out there,
right?
And it's nice to work with your friends.
And it costs a lot of money to make a movie. It costs a lot of money to make a commercial. When I make a commercial, it costs money. I can imagine what it costs to make a movie. And you were very hands-on. You were super hands-on. I remember you coming out from the dark every once in a while. I got to go back in.
So check this out. Okay, I want to finish one thing. Hillary sings the end credit song in the movie now.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know Hillary can sing.
I know. No one did. She's an unbelievable voice.
What?
Yeah.
You didn't even know that she could sing?
No, I knew she could sing, but not like this.
And who's Hillary?
This is my wife.
Oh, your wife. Okay.
Yeah. He goes, The mother of his darling daughter.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's so
she didn't
great.
tell me that.
Yeah. Well, it was a new development, actually.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you got to see it. So the
Holy
new ending, new song,
crap.
pretty awesome. And the house. So this is a crazy story. You know this about the house, I think, Scottie. I found this house in Malibu that was pretty awesome, and I at a certain point thought, it would be amazing to do this helicopter sequence over Malibu, where the ghost of the brother is sort of trying to find Adam.
Yeah,
that's my character.
The way you did that was amazing. I love that.
So I tried to see if there was any existing footage that existed, because the helicopter shots are really expensive, dangerous, etc., and hard to get a camera crew that's willing, etc. So I did find some footage. There is footage of there's some aerial footage, in fact, in and around Malibu. There's one shot. There's one house in this footage. Okay, so let's just say there's only one clip of aerial footage that actually lands on a house, and as it turned out, the house that it landed on was the house we used. It was 1 in a million. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Crazy.
So
good energy.
I mean, I was thinking this is just impossible.
That's kind of one of those things, like the universe even saying, like, this is the right thing, the right project, the whole thing.
Yeah. So kind of mind
that is mind blowing. Totally.
It is.
That would have freaked me out.
So what were your biggest challenges? I mean, besides raising the money, probably, unless you just wrote a check, which I don't think that happened.
No, I mean that wasn't too bad.
You have to raise the money. Well, that's good. That's good. So you get the movie made. You get a great cast. Obviously.
Yeah, getting the cast. That's key. When you find the right actors, you sort of know that's the most important thing.
Did you guys have to do what do they call that when you
auditions?
Do audition? Did Randall sit there and audition?
Yeah. How did you end up casting Scottie?
I heard that she was amazing from a friend of mine who's a producer. Who said, she's great. You should meet her. And I sat down with her, and she was. I could tell that she just had it. I just was like, wow. I think she might actually be Gemma. And she just had the right energy.
And those eyes. You have to, I mean, Gemma, can you give us just a little unspoiler of what Gemma's character is like? Should we do that, or does that spoil it?
I don't want to give away too much. I mean, she's
kind of like you.
Yeah, she's kind of like, she's a bit of a hippie, kind of, or I don't know. I'd say more like a fairy than a hippie, but that's just my hippie talk.
Well, she's actually do you even know what a hippie is?
She's too young, right?
Yeah, but she's actually, for me, she's just a really natural beauty, just on the outside and inside, but in a really natural way.
She's a light.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because we first had a Skype meeting, and I couldn't even see Randall, so it was like his image wouldn't come up, so it was like just my image. But then we ended up meeting, and I met Guy was there as well. Right. So that was really special because it's based on his ex-girlfriend's life, and so to be there and have this really, I felt like an immediate connection, and to have both you and Guy there was really interesting. And I don't know, it was, for me, it was like such a surreal thing that this might be actually happening. And then
how's Randall to work with as a director, hat on now, how's Randall to work with as a director, not as an actor, as a director?
Very encouraging, very patient. It was really easy. He had so much that he was dealing with as multiple hats, including lead actor, and I felt like we had a great chemistry, and he was just so easy to work with. And
he didn't say, no, touch me here, not there.
There's none of that.
Sorry, Randall.
We were well behaved.
I know.
But just really open to all kinds of ideas that, anything that I had for thoughts that I had about Gemma and her approach and her story, and he was really open to any thoughts I had. And
so it wasn't a black and white, because there's directors are different. Like, I know that in working with Randall on something so different, what I admire about you, and knowing you now for a few years, is the way that you approach, even like when you're asking me something about something so off topic of here, it's the way you ask me the question or the way it's positioned, and I can see you as a director being able to give direction, but in such a pleasant and connected and calm way,
and thoughtful, right? Very thoughtful way,
and making you feel as though it's a lot of you that's really doing it as opposed to do it this way, right? You integrate it. You bring things together. It's like you'll always preface something with me with, well, what do you think, Wendi? As opposed to, this is what I think and this is what I want, you know.
Yeah.
But you'll always say, what do you think? You'll start it with that. And
it was a really organic process, and I felt like very connected to the character just in a natural way, in my own organic way. But you know, when there would be moments when we're like, maybe this is a little more this way, and it felt like it was more of like, well, what do you think is actually going on here? And so it was a discovery, allowing for, like you were saying, like allowing me to discover what it is that ultimately I think would be what he was looking for.
Yeah, because you guys have, you're the main interest in the story. You play the rock star, Adam, and who named the band after me.
That's right.
And you are the love interest that you meet serendipitously in a nightclub, right? But you're kind of like the hard-ass rocker that has this persona that you're probably not the nicest guy in the world, right? Because you're kind of like, you know, who gives a fuck about anything? Because at 37, you're...
Correct.
37 was, you know, like... But then you... I don't know, I think you meet in a bathroom or something, or outside of the bathroom, or something interesting happens there. And then you disappear. So the movie has like these twists and turns that are just really special, you know, and then you finally get to see Adam without his makeup on, which was really great because you don't look that good, Randall, in that makeup. But anyway, and the chains and all of that stuff is just so not Randall. But Randall, what was the most difficult thing for you? Is it once you got the movie made, because we'll run out of time, once you got the movie made, what was your next step? What was your thought process? And did you start your finding distribution or finding a deal prior or after or months later, or, you know, how did you go about finding that deal for an indie?
And actually, before we get into that answer, do you want to have a word from our sponsor real quick, and then we can come back for that answer?
Oh, we have a sponsor. Sorry, Scott.
Yeah, but that's a good teaser. So we're going to have a word from our sponsor and stick around because Wendi has just asked a very fascinating question.
Surprise! And then I go like this. Wow!
Direct Avenue is much more than a leading direct response TV media buyer. We specialize in the expert planning, brand building, analysis, and management of short-form and branded DRTV ad campaigns. We manage direct response TV ad campaigns for clients throughout the United States and Canada. As a Direct Avenue client, you'll benefit from big agency relationships and resources, but receive boutique agency service with the flexibility and creativity to plan and manage a TV ad campaign that meets the particular needs of your company. For more information, visit directavenue.com. When you contact us, mention you heard about us on the C-Spot radio show and receive a free analysis of your TV ad campaign.
In an average lifetime, 1,500,000 minutes are spent on the toilet.
People spend a lot of time on the toilet because they're not going very easy.
So what's the problem?
When you sit on a toilet, you're at a 90-degree angle.
Nature didn't want us to do it that way.
This causes pushing, straining, hemorrhoids, constipation.
That's crazy.
Everybody goes.
It's what we all do. We're human beings.
We want to create a product that is great for humanity.
Making it easy for people to improve their lives.
That's all we care about.
Well, go time just got easier. Introducing Easy Go Pro, the only way to go.
Human bodies are made by nature, and there is a position that is more natural than sitting on a toilet with a 90-degree angle of your legs.
Anatomically, we were designed to eliminate at a 35-degree angle.
What Easy Go Pro does is it elevates your feet.
To put your hips in the proper position for easier elimination.
You just sit, lift, and go in a natural position.
The benefits list is this long from a pure health perspective.
A healthy colon is encouraged by doctors for all ages.
The key to vitality, it's the key to longevity, it's the key to your health.
That is really the essence.
Easy Go Pro is simple, safe, and it works. Sturdy but lightweight, it's perfect for the entire family. When not in use, it slides easily out of the way.
Is like the perfect height for a 2-year-old to rest his feet on.
If you make that little change, you will realize immediately the benefits.
And that's the reason that we created it.
At EasyGoPro.com, we guarantee it will work for everyone. Be a healthy goer. Order now at EasyGoPro.com. Try it for 70 days. If you don't absolutely feel better, just send it back for a full product refund. Go Time just got healthier at EasyGoPro.com.
So I don't even know where we were because I'm blonde and I have no idea. And we just had 3 minutes of conversation. So forget about 3 minutes ago.
Basically, you had asked Randall what were some of the biggest obstacles and
obstacles.
What did I say? Popsicles. What was the biggest popsicle in
but
making this
you
movie?
You
Randall?
had a great question for Randall as far as.
Well, yeah, we can. The question I have, Randall, is to me, it's got to be really hard to direct yourself. Like, what was that whole process like in being the actor and the director?
Well, I'd give myself notes after every take. I'd say, no, don't do it like that. I'd do it like, no. I probably did it subconsciously, but I
don't think do you find that it's not as difficult as one would think it is because you know what you want, right? In your head, you know what you want. So
I just want it to be real. I just want to be really experiencing what's happening. So as an actor, I think after all these years, you train yourself to just be able to get into the moment. Mm-hmm. So it's just you're just getting another take. Really, you're getting another take, and you get to try something new, or you get to just go through the experience again.
Plus, with it being in an indie film, you have a certain amount of budget, you have a certain amount of days. You don't want to go over, and you do. Although everybody's nice, yes, I'll work on your film for this. At the end of the day, it's like, dude, another day, really? We just shot that yesterday.
It's true. We shot the whole movie in 17 days. So
wow, that's
incredible. We were doing sometimes up to 10 pages a day. So wow. I mean, we're just moving. We're not thinking too much about too many things. We're just going. We're sometimes doing one take. We're like, we got it. You can't really even.
You don't have the luxury of.
No.
Yeah.
You don't. You can't. Some of the bigger scenes, of course, we want to take our time with, but little pieces here and there, we're not able to.
Well, sometimes that's more organic, And the thing about indie films is, what I think is wonderful. Here, I have to say this because, okay, so I'm driving in my car, and I think on August 8th, I'm hearing on NPR they're talking about how this summer has been the worst box office summer in 8 years. Okay. And I'm thinking, oh, that's kind of interesting. But my marketing head's going on, right? And oh, that's kind of interesting. Poor Randall. One side of my mouth. The other side of my mouth is going, that's freaking awesome. Why? Because these big studio films are not making it, right? They're not pulling in the box office. And I don't know, I'm talking out of my butt, but I have a feeling that indie films, when the studio films aren't making it, the indie films shine. That's my opinion, and don't go anywhere and say, well, of course you do. Because I hope that that's what's happened. Because I just think it would be so exciting to see you guys, like, can you imagine that Oscar?
That's not going to happen, Wendi.
Why?
You're so sweet.
Why not? It could surprise you.
No.
Why?
You never know. Like maybe a best screenplay can sneak in there. Best adapted screenplay, right?
I don't think we have, enough.
Enough, like, I don't know, character build or
no, it's not
just
that.
Enough,
it's just
enough political marketing juice.
Attention. Yeah, you got to have a real powerhouse.
Well, let's let the audience decide on that. All right. Exactly.
I mean, I think the performance, was certainly worthy of it. It's unbelievable.
Well, I totally believe that you were feeling what you were feeling. I mean, your performance was just remarkable. And actually the performances are just really, that I can recall, the ones that impact you and touch you was the little boy.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's great.
The little boy.
Charlie Lee.
I loved how you did those ghost scenes. Anyway, we only have 10 more minutes, but I do want to talk about Randall. Tell us a little bit about the bringing it to market. What do you do? What was your steps? When did you start thinking about it, and how difficult it was, which I found out in the green room. It wasn't really that difficult for Randall Battinkoff, but anyway.
No, it was actually. It was tough. What you do is you finish the movie and then you show it to people and you're sort of hoping they're going to jump on board and
like it.
And well, they all seem to like it, but then what are they gonna do to help you sort of get it out there a little bit? And
we're talking about your Hollywood circles.
Yeah, just people I've worked with, people that are part of the team, and you get people who are supportive, but it's to actually get somebody to really make something happen. It's very hard, especially, I heard so many times, we love your movie, but you just don't have big enough names. If there were bigger names, we would do this and we could do that.
Oh, God. Don't you think that's just an excuse, though, in Hollywood, that, your deal's not packaged right or whatever it might be?
It's all about star power, though. It really, at the end of the day, I think a great movie can sneak in, but the star power is really everything as far as the distributors are concerned. And also,
did they say that about Little Miss Frickin' Sunshine?
Well, they had some.
They still had some star wattage.
Yeah, they had a little bit of. But I didn't know who she was before that movie.
They'd all been around for
she
quite
was
a
pretty
while.
big.
Yeah, but not the little girl.
Not the little girl.
Who's what made that movie. But anyway, it was an indie film, and it did great. I'm not going to listen to you tell me it's not going to do really great, because I'm throwing it out into the universe, dude.
All right, I dig it. Well, no, I mean, here's the thing: is you only need one person to like the movie. You need the right person to like the movie.
Right.
And I was fortunate enough. My friend, a dear friend of mine, Elliot Lewitt, who's a great producer. He saw the movie and really was he loved it.
The first cut.
That's right.
The first one.
He saw it and he said, "This is great," and I really want to show this to a friend of mine who distributed one of his films, a really hilarious movie called 1, 2, 3 Frankie Go Boom, that he produced.
Oh, that one? No.
Did you see that?
No. But I'll try to find it.
Okay. Very funny. So he said, "Let me just put you in touch with the guy who distributed that, Nolan Gallagher, over at Gravitas," and I sent it over, and I didn't hear from them at all for a while. And then I had lunch with a buddy of mine, also a filmmaker, Michael Knowles, who's got a few movies he's made, talented guy. And
so 1 second. You put it in the can, you got it all done, and then you sought distribution, right?
Well, yeah, I did. I actually had a few offers from sales reps. Sales reps wanted to take the movie, but they also wanted money. And I had run out of money. So I didn't want to have to pay to go find distribution. And I figured maybe let me at least see what I can do on my own. And luckily, what happened was I saw my buddy, and he said he had finished another film of his, and he said I went with a bigger company, and I wasn't crazy with the way it turned out, but I really liked Gravitas. So I was like, wow, this Gravitas, people are talking about these guys. I better call them up, at least find out what the deal was. So I called up Gravitas, and they said, oh yeah, we saw your movie. We love your movie. We really want to distribute your film. And
that was just you talking to the receptionist? Did you think that was a little weird?
No, I was talking. It was Mia Bruno. She's I think the VP of acquisitions. Mm-hmm. So because I was put in touch through my friend with the top guy, and he put me in touch with Mia.
So you got past the receptionist.
Yeah, but they're great. I mean, it's a great company. So and they have incredible outreach. And as it turns out, they have managed to get the movie into over 100 million homes. It's going to be available.
It's on video on demand, right?
Well, so it's
is that what it's called?
Well, it's going to be in the theaters here at Little Lumley and at Village East in New York on August 15th.
Right.
For a week, and then it's going to be also a VOD everywhere starting August 8th.
So are you just going straight to video on demand, or are you going to try to get it more into the movie theaters after you do this East Coast West Coast?
I have right on the plate right now. There's a company that does Southeast Asian distribution that's talking about putting the movie in 50 theaters.
Oh.
So it's possible we're going to extend. We're going to know probably on Monday.
And you're going to subtitle it Southeast Asia?
No, they're very No,
they want it in English?
Yeah.
Oh, no, we just like to look at movies and love scenes. It's okay. we don't need to understand.
But you know what? That's amazing that you're getting a theatrical release. I mean, for an independent film, that's an amazing thing in today's day and age. So congratulations on that.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
And that's really like a sales model. I mean, even some of the bigger movies are doing video on demand release the same as theatrical release. So
that's right.
That's become like a platform.
Well, I think that's where the dough is actually made, right?
Well, it's called day and date, and so basically 99% of the country can't see the movie, right? So at least now they can. So they can see what's happening in the major cities, but they can also watch the movie. So
yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Plus, it costs so much freaking money to go to the movie. I'm a senior now, though.
You get free tickets always. You know that.
Marino and I went to the rave the other night, and we saw movies for like the both of us. Yes, he's copping to being an AARP member also, but he loves it because he's such a Marino, you watching? I love you. But he doesn't like to spend a lot of money, and it's great because we went to the movies for like really cheap the other night. We were so happy.
That's cool. You know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say anybody who's listening today, if they say they're a friend of Wendy's, they get a $3 discount when they go to the theater. I'm just gonna put it out there right now. I'm gonna talk to the theater.
Right. You're not gonna get anybody. That's why he's doing that.
For all you non-listeners out there, deal of the century.
Ass. He was in cheap ass. Is what he was in. No, that was a joke.
They won't let me cut it more than that, Wendy. That was fun.
No, really? Do you have that 3 off coupon? Just do that at the checkout.
It's kind of it's tough paying $11 to go see a film. I think $8 is a little more.
All they need to do is
16 some places.
Well,
come on.
Well, I'm giving.
So when's the last time you went to a movie? Huh? When's the last time? Seriously, Randall. When's the last time you went to a movie? Yeah. Besides your own, that you probably watch every night before you go to bed.
That's fine. You know how many times I've seen this film?
I mean, do you know? The question is, do you know? And Scottie, how many times have you watched the film?
Maybe twice.
That's it?
Yeah.
Do you not like watching yourself on
I don't.
Yeah?
No. I mean, on set sometimes I'll be like, do you want to watch playback on various projects? I'm like, no.
Really?
I don't want to go anywhere near that. And it's probably smart to do it, though, to watch it. I mean, I feel like you learn a lot when you watch yourself back. Like when I'll do tapings for auditions and I watch it, I'm like, oh, that's not what I thought I was doing.
So word to the wise, watch the playback.
But then you get all in your head, and that's why I don't like to do it.
You're not supposed to, actually.
Yeah. You're not supposed to. I don't know. I don't know.
I think
then your brain's like telling you what to do instead of just following your instincts, which is, for me at least, usually the best thing to do is just follow my instinct.
Yeah. Well, I don't do that kind of acting, so I do commercial shit, right? And live stuff. But I know that I really like to watch myself because I see that I make like these weird things with my face naturally.
No, because you're so damn hot.
No,
right?
I do this, or my neck, or my if I look this way. Anyway, that's why I like to watch a playback. So I know that like this thing I do out of my mouth. I shouldn't.
But sometimes that's what's endearing about watching people, like the people who just like let it all hang loose, and you're like, oh, I love them because they make these weird faces or something.
Right. Yeah, that's a great point.
Although there are some pretty major acting coaches in LA who do tape actors, and the process is they have the actor watch what they're doing, and then you by default are directing yourself, which is kind of what you end up doing when you're directing and acting at the same time. It's like if you get the luxury to sit and watch the playback, you can go, oh boy, that's a really doozy thing to do. Let's avoid that one on the next take.
Right. It might seem natural, but acting is all about being. Coming off on screen as being completely natural, like this is your character, and I know how difficult that is. Even when I'm watching you, like play Adam, I'm going, he does that. So you do things. There's things you do that are so like not characteristic of Randall Battinkoff.
No, I had to work on it.
I guess so, because like the one scene where you're just a freaking asshole, sitting on the couch. It's in the trailer, I think, and you're sitting on the couch and you're just like.
Yeah, that was fun. That's my most fun stuff. I always like playing a prick.
It wasn't singing all. That embarrassed me too.
Watching
you sing.
It was embarrassing for me too.
Yeah, that embarrassed me a little bit.
So in the spirit of acting and the business of it all and stuff.
Not that you did it bad. It was just that I know you. So it was kind of like, oh God, look at him.
It is going to take us a couple minutes to wind down the show, and we are running out of time. So it'd be good before you kind of announce all the release dates and stuff like that. Like maybe Scottie and then Randall, can you guys just tell us what's on tap for you in the future?
Sure. I have another independent film that comes out called The Lookalike that's coming out this fall. And I think definitely have a theatrical release. That's got a great cast with Jerry O'Connell, Justin Long, John Corbett, Gina Gershon, Jillian Jacobs.
Awesome.
And I play a character kind of similar, like going through a somewhat like it's a very different movie. It's set in New Orleans. It's like in sort of a drug sex thing going on.
No rock and roll.
No rock and roll, but it's its own underground kind of rock and roll world. and it was super fun. I got to like wear a platinum blonde wig at one point, and then I'm in this movie called Somnia that's a like thriller. I guess it's a thriller with Kate Bosworth and Thomas Jane that comes out next year. And yeah, so those are some of the things that are on the horizon.
Wow, it sounds great. And if fans want to get a hold of you, they could tweet you at Thompson Scottie, right?
Yeah, real original. Someone had already claimed Scottie Thompson.
That's horrible.
I know, I didn't like take the time to come up with something a little more
Oh,
unique.
you could have just used Jean Benoit.
Yeah, Jean Benoit. Yeah, I'm on. I got a little Facebook page too, and yeah, but Twitter is I'm on Twitter, so come find me.
Amazing. And what's on tap for you, Randall?
I have a few movies that I'm working on putting together. One is a family movie about a fat kid who finds a genie bottle. His parents are going through a pretty bad separation, so it's a fun kid movie.
Wow, it sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Are you in it, or are you just? Are you?
There's a pretty great part I'd like to play, but this is something I wrote. So that's in the works, and then there's a comedy also about two varying shrinks in LA who have very different ways of approaching therapy. That's hilarious. That's also sort of in the works. And a good buddy of mine, Chris Wheel's got a pretty scary movie called Worry Dolls that he asked me to play a part in. So I'm probably going to do that in a couple
When
months.
are you going to put me in for a cameo?
I'm going to have to, I think the next movie, I'm going to have to find something for you.
In the Psycho movie with the two psychiatrists, probably.
You know what? You'd be perfect. You'll play a gal who's, obsessed with the way she moves. And
wave my lips. Doctor, I can't stand my upper lip.
So in our final moments here, Randall, can you give us the release?
We know who runs this show, don't we?
August 8th at the Lemley, 9036 Wilshire, the Lemley Music Hall. It's playing for a week, and then it's going to be at the Village East in New York on
August 15th.
2nd Avenue and 12th Street. On August 15th. That's right, Village East. And then VOD everywhere. And I think, in fact, you can pre-order it now on iTunes.
Oh,
Amazing.
you can?
Yeah, that's a secret.
Well, you can pre-order it, meaning you can download it?
Meaning you can, reserve your copy. Because they're only a limited number. There's only 7 billion.
Yeah, that's so
crazy.
stupid.
I've never understood
No,
that.
I don't know, but I guess, maybe you can, in fact, get it before anybody else.
It's a marketing thing. What they want to do is they want to be able to see the interest level, and then they get people, and then they'll feed them, they'll remarket them. So if people go and they're interested in the movie or whatever, and then they don't buy or they don't take action, then remarketing comes in, and you ever see when all of a sudden an ad is following you everywhere just because you had an interest in something online? It follows you until you want to kill it, right? Then you'll never buy the frickin' product. But that's called remarketing, and it's hyper targeted remarketing, and that's probably why they like to do that, because then they get that data and they see who's interested. Yeah. Next week, by the way, you should listen. If you can, or you can listen later or whatever, but I'm going to have Walla Media on, and Walla Media, and they're going to be doing all of my digital and social for EasyGo Pro.
Oh, cool.
But they're in Santa Monica, and they're two great gals, and so just in the future, if you I know we've talked about this in the past, where you really need to get your social and all of that going way before your movie is really going to be coming out, because then it really gets the traction that it needs.
Sure.
And you can build your fan base prior to it.
So all right. So Randall and Scottie, thank you for being on the C Spot, Going to Market with Wendi and Peter.
Randall and Scottie, thank you for being here.
Thank you both very much. It was a blast.
I'm serious. I took a little bit of organizational skills on RB1 Kenobi's part over here, but I am so glad you made it. And Scottie, I can't tell you how I can't believe that. I can't wait to take a picture with you. Yeah. Yay. Seriously, I'm putting me and Jean Benoit up on. I'm going to say, you can eat your heart out, everybody.
But pretty soon she'll be known as Gemma.
Yeah.
Gemma.
Wherever she goes.
Yes.
The Gemma. Aren't you Gemma? Aren't you Gemma in that movie 37? God, I hope it wins the Oscar. I really do. Oh my God. God. Or at least a Golden Globe.
That works for me too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can't wait to see it. 37, A Final Promise on August 8th. And thanks for being here.
And Peter, you
wanted.
we have one more minute or so. You wanted to say that you actually have a movie coming out.
Well, yeah, just really quickly. I just produced this short film. I didn't write or direct it, but it's called Our Man in Madras, and it's based on a short play written by a gentleman named Gert Hoffman in the 50s. And it's a kind of a socio-political corporate satire, but it's still pertinent to today's day and age. It's kind of about a corporate lackey that takes advantage of an international crisis to climb the corporate ladder. And anyway, we're having our world premiere Saturday as part of the LA Shorts Film Festival and screening at 1 o'clock at the Lemley NoHo.
Oh, nice.
So that's Lemley's in North Hollywood.
Yeah, or just go to lashortsfest.com.
And you know what's really remarkable, and Peter, I'm just going to say this for everybody that's listening and they don't watch. Well, Peter gave his camera to these guys today, but you know, Peter is a remarkable person, and I just have to throw kudos out to you because of all of the challenges that Peter has to live with in his life. He still is able to do amazing things, and I just wanted to thank you for that.
Shucks.
I don't tell you that
Wendi.
enough and often enough, but I really do admire you for everything that you do.
Well, thank you, Wendi.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that.
So everybody, thank you. Randall, thank you. Scottie, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the C-Spot. We'll be back next Thursday at 12 o'clock. And we actually have reruns on, I think it's Mondays at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, Mondays at 5.
Yeah, we just found out. But join us next week or download us or watch us on YouTube at C-Spot Run Direct. And you know, like us on freaking Facebook. Come on, people. I mean, I have to get past 300 likes one of these days. Please. Anyway, see you next week. Thanks for listening.